In this video, we'll be attaching a rebar right into our footing. Alright, here is the diagram on what we are about to do here. Okay, the first you will be having a column bar which stays right inside of the dowel bar. Or they call it as a starter bar. Anyways, that's used to attach the column bar right into the the footing here, a sort of attachment from column to footing right there. The length of the dowel bar, it could be either 300, and the height of the dowel bar, those comes to be the development lap length, that could be either 30 to 60 times the diameter. In this video, I'll be taking up it as a 30D. Okay, there's nothing more to explain, and you can see that the column bar stays right inside of the dowel bar. Alright, so let's get into here. Architecture, structure, we'll be placing a footing right there. We'll be placing a column, a concrete column. Alright, okay, you'll be placing a column right here, and then let's get into the let's take up the isolator there, and right be at the column. So right now the foundation will not be visible in level 2, so let's get into level 1 to see that. Alright, so let's first fix up the longitudinal bar and the transverse bar right into this footing. So get into south elevation. We'll be placing a longitudinal bar right into the footing here, so rebar. Yeah, this one. Okay, I placed it right here, and I like to consider the spacing to be like 150. Okay, 150 in one direction. And now I'm in south elevation, so you can see the bar goes in this direction longitudinally. So in order to place a rebar transverse, get into west elevation or east elevation, do the same thing, rebar. Okay, I'll pick up the asset. Change up the number. It goes 150. So that's all about the case for placing up the rebar right into the basement here. So now let's do one more thing, that I will show you a simple mistake that everyone will do. Right now, this point, I should just be selecting the rebar, and I like to, alright, if I get into the 3D view. Alright, this is a situation right here. As the first point of error, mistake that you can see here is two bars are intersecting right at the same point here. And also, if I turn them right into a shaded view, you can see that the bar is again intersecting, overlapping right at this point. So in order to fix both this issue, let's make use of constraint. I'll select the bar right here. I can use the edit constraint options, and I like to shift the bottom bar right at 10 millimeter upwards as Y. You can see that the diameter of the bar is 10. So right now, if I get into 3D view, there's no sort of overlapping right there, but this situation has not been resolved. In order to solve that situation, I can get into wireframe view. You can see that this part, you could like to shift the first rebar right 10 millimeter away from the face, so -10. And also the same situation right here, picking up this bar again -10. So that's it. Alright, cool. So that's all about the rebar provided right here. Also, let's try to provide the rebar, the column bar right there. Alright, that's all about the rebar provided in footing. Now let's provide the rebar right in the, where is it? Right in the column, so it's called as column bar. So right now I'll be selecting the rebar. I'll be picking up the straight bar and placing right in here. Randomly you're gonna pick a point right there, and okay, it stays right there, and I'm gonna see that it's not a single bar. Okay, let's understand the number and all later on. Okay, that's all about the column bar, and the column bar stays inside of the double bar. Now let's place the double bar. Later, let's try to edge something on the column bar and fix up the spacing there. Alright, in order to fix up the double bar there, so let's get into select the what do you say? Let's select the rebar now, and I can create a similar bar. And well, parallel. Okay, that's okay. Now I don't need this much height, and I'll change up the length. Alright, then I like to edit the sketch. You should see that the bar stays at 300 millimeter right inside of this column. So let's try to draw that. Okay, right from here that goes 300. That's it. Kind of trim first and second. Okay. About the height of the rebar is 30 times the diameter, so that will be 300. Well, 300 is measured from the face, so let's try to keep it right onto the face. Then let's apply a formula. So I'll just add 300 with 360. That comes to be 660. That's it. Now let's fix up the distance from each face. Okay, let's get into wireframe. So we got 10 millimeter here and 10 millimeter here. So the total constraints and be provided right into this asset will be -20. Alright, that's it. Now what to the face? Okay, and to the face you can see that the column bar stays right inside of the double bar, so the cover will be the double bar, so that will be right away 0. It stays inside. Alright, that's cool. Now what about here? Edit the constraint. That'll be -10. Okay, as the diameter of this double bar is 10 millimeter. Alright, so fixing the double bar right into the column bar is also clear. That's it. Now let's try to change up the number. Fix number 3 numbers. What about here? Fix numbers 3 number. Alright, then light mirror. Oh wow, that's it. I'm getting the 3D view. What? You can see anything? Okay, getting the wireframe. Alright, that looks so cool. Now, next thing, anything missing? Yeah, we will be having a sort of, what you say is a tie or a stirrups right there. I'm gonna provide a spacing of LDC. I'm gonna give up a spacing of 300 millimeter, okay, of stirrups right in here. So get into the level 1 or level 2. Alright, rebar. I'll pick up a kind of a stirrup right there. Okay, that's cool. Well, before that, get into wireframe. Everything's been right in here. So one more thing that I like to change up the visibility says enable that asset in 3D and also in the final view. Okay, so anyways, I like to turn up the spacing into maybe 150. Well, that's enough. And get into 3D view. I can see if the double bar exists right in here. Also, one more thing that will stops right into the face of the column. You can drag it up and make sure that is right until to the face of the asset here. Okay, so that's how you'll be picking up a rebar right into the footing. Now let's try to do one more thing, is get into the visibility graphics, or just before that get into 3D view. I like to tag up everything. Schedule. That one is ties. Okay, and I got maybe this one could be the longitudinal bar footing longitudinal bar. As you can see that the colors being changed. For the longitudinal bar it's yellow, and for the ties it's blue, and for double bar it's kind of orange. And just like that, you can apply all the clutter right into there. So well, that's it. You can place it right into the sheet, I don't care.